Well, that's gonna be a battle for the claws because there's like, I think, 5 or even 6 red creep prints that can drop claws +5. Sorry, 15. In the middle, no, it's actually more. So
Blade Master City. So we've got a 4v4 here right now.
yeah,
Where we're going to be casting it. I don't think I have any music.
I wonder what diverse of heroes we'll be seeing with this diverse of races.
Well, we'll see. I reckon they'll stick to their guns, but you might get a couple that go a bit crazy. I expect to see at least one Tauren Chieftain. So orcs versus humans in this 4v4 GBR cast.
Humans on the top, orcs on the bottom.
That's it. So probably switch to the racial color thing, but have the different identifiers. That's what I'd do. So you know the handshake ally colored mode.
Yeah.
That just makes
I'm
it
already
easier
set
to
up
see
with
the teams
that.
on that. So the humans should have an easier time trying to take an expansion than the orcs.
Oh,
but
definitely.
The orcs do have the opportunity to utilize 4-Blade Master Rush. Not that I'm encouraging anyone to do so. I can't really do too much about Stream Snipe though. So.
Well, Rush on this map distance seems a bit extreme.
It is actually longer than it looks, and that is what she said. But it's doable, and you can pick one of the bases in between because they're the most likely to actually take an expansion, or you're most likely to hit the point. So there's already a scout going out here for the Saint Killer. What do you think?
Well, I don't want to spoil it too much since I imagine the orc players are still in the game, but we have 3 out of the 4 different human heroes so far being trained. And for the orcs, the altars are still being constructed. I do see 1 Blade Master. What a surprise. Yep. Looks like one of the orc players has been going for a... nope, it's actually not a tavern setup, but just the altar being delayed.
Humans have a nice mix of heroes. In fact, they've got 1 each. So, who are you and what are you doing here?
Well, I'm living my dream to finally cast a professional Warcraft 3 game, more or less. And yeah, I've been a fan of the game for years. I've been playing ladder myself, even though I'm not that good of a player. My main race is undead, but I love to watch professional casts on all those pros like Grubby, and I enjoy watching his streams since he recently started streaming Warcraft again on the weekends, giving some nice explanation, and you can really gain a lot out of it. And I think just in general, like even for hero push, some of his advices I was able to use, because it's just like about mindset. How do you go into a game and how do you do well? And apparently I think if Grubby would know the basics of hero push, he would crush us all.
Yeah. He'd do well in everything. It'd be great for custom games.
Yeah. Well, we actually thought about donating to Grubby so that he would try hero push for at least 1 game. Not too sure if he would do it, but worth a try.
Well, you want to check with him first before you go and chuck it. You go like, here's $100. He'd be like, no. It'd be a bit awkward.
I don't think he's like that.
Alright.
But actually, like the other way around, it's been done to him. There was like some guy saying like, if you win this game, I'm gonna donate like $1,000. And actually, Robbie won that game, and it looked really, really unwinnable. And the guy didn't actually donate. I think that was very rude. A man should stick to his word.
Yes, but we're living in the world of the internet, so that was a nice attempt.
I guess there are not too many mans around.
Yeah. But Orky was doing some nice attempts there, trying to hit his own Mountain King with his units to try to mitigate the damage and not allow his units to be hit anymore by the Enforcers, but one of them...
Yeah.
Ooh,
but we see a lot of creeps being engaged all over the map, mostly greens. Now the people are starting to go on the orange camps.
A player's forces are under attack.
We do see some adding up for from some setups for higher tier units. So in normal games, it's like a bit more easy to say who's ahead. Like you have the hero level advantage, then you have like item advantage, like consumables and all of that stuff. Then you have tech advantage if you have like the counter or hard counters to certain things, and of course your economical advantage. And I'm sure there's still some more. that you can talk about. Since there's such a diverse of different players, that's not that easy to tell who has which kind of advantage.
Yeah, you were right about those claws, by the way. They're already starting to drop. I'm seeing them on a few heroes.
Yeah. Well, I actually see some claws for human as well.
Yeah, the paladin with claws. This is an interesting trait.
Well, this is gonna be a race for the Blade Master, who becomes the biggest damage dealer. And actually, the first hero of the game has been killed. First blood.
Well, he probably should learn not to pick paladin first, then, I guess, in future.
Yeah,
harsh
he got a
lesson to
little
learn.
bit ahead of himself.
But Ganon at least has some units to deal with this, but you might want to use a few militia. Nice move there.
Job.
What's going on here then?
Well, Purple Blade Master is currently at the Dark Green base chasing for some riflemen, and he already has Claws of Attack and Gloves of Haste on it. Very, very nice items, and therefore one rifleman, another critical strike, and nope, he broke the attack. Now the rifleman is getting taken down, but that Arcane Tower doing some solid feedback damage onto the Blade Blaster, so you will not be able to win Pocket Bay. Meanwhile, now Militia being called over and the Blade Master being forced to go back as he loses one grunt and a progress, and some of the mates have actually joined the fight, so you definitely want to get out of there because you don't want to fight against 3 players at a time, I imagine.
Yeah, the unfortunate thing is because he was doing a bit of creeping in human territory, he's used up all of his healing cells, so he's actually got no heal for that long walk back. So you always really want to hold on to one healing cell if you can. Just to make sure
he has the advantage of having a speed scroll, so he could get back faster to his Voodoo Lounge, and I imagine there's 4 Voodoo Lounges around the map that he could head off to.
Yeah, that's the great thing about Orc, is that Voodoo Lounge is so versatile. The humans only really overtake a little bit at tier 3 because of the Staff of Sanctuary.
Yeah, and there's the next Blade Master doing some harass, running into Mountain King and Footman, and there, mana has all been used for the Mountain King. Otherwise, that level 2 Stormbolt could have spelled some doom for that Blade Master.
Yeah, no mana on him, so a nice surround would have sealed the deal. I'm surprised none of the human players have actually taken the opportunity to go for an expansion. Perhaps scared of the Orc Blade Masters, but they need to make a step on that, or at least go for the tier 2 Sork push. Mass Sorks for all. That could be interesting to see how the Orcs are going to deal with that. Going to need a few Spirit Walkers.
It's quite amazing how strong the Sorceress are against Blade Master, but we actually do see a Blood Mage on the board, as we mentioned before, and I think that is the most hard counter hero you can have to the Blade Master. You can disable his Windwalk completely and then just banish him all the way again and again with his own mana. That's some sad times for a Blade Master.
It is. Like, it's been done against me before. It's surprisingly effective. Like, you kind of joke it off a little bit when you see the Blood Mage. You think, it's not such a big deal. But if he gets strong enough to be able to survive enough threats and hits and can stand there and take that kind of punishment whilst sapping all the mana away from the Blade Master and the Shadow Hunter, which is inevitable.
Well, actually, like, I remember a game when I was like still a beginner of it, and I really had issues dealing with that Blade Master, and some nice blocking now going on by Speedo, as we should focus on this fight, and now being forced for the Yellow Blade Master to use the Speed Scroll to get away, because almost got caught there. So what I was about to say is, actually, there was never a Shantar out of the board. It was on Echo Isles, and the Blood Mage moved straight out with Militia, and the tower rushed the Orc player, and there was just nothing the Blade Master could have done. He just looked like a fool standing all around and watching his base get towered, and no way to come back into the game. It's really nicely done.
Down at
like
the bottom.
normal.
Oh, sorry, go on.
Yeah, normally you see that tower push coming in at you at tier 2 when there's level 2 water elementals to focus those burrows and then back you up with the towers. And when you already have sorcerers on the board, that's a strong timing push for the human player. Of course, burrow focus very, very strong. But by that time, the Orc also has tier 2, so there's the ability to add up Demolishers, which you really need to defend those pushes. But yeah, there was no chance for the game that I was just talking about. So we do see some more creeping going around. Not too much engagement between the players yet, so I imagine we're going to see the whole map being crept, all heroes sitting at around level 5, since there's actually a lot of creepings on this map, considering that it's normally for 10 players and now we only have 8. So we'll see some very stacked items, and then we'll see some big finds. And also to mention is that on the red spots, besides Claws of Attack and all that good stuff, or Mask of the Death as we had it earlier, you can actually find Tome of Power. So just like in Rock, you can actually get your hero to an ultimate level.
Are those the ones on the
creeping.
side, the red spots? Or is those the gold mine
all
ones?
the middle of the Raging Stream. So you have the gold mines with the red spots on them, and then this other single red spots, and each of them has the ability to drop a Tome of Power. So what could that mean? We could see a Archmage level 6 going all around the map, causing trouble with tanks, and to base race against an Archmage with mass teleportation is a bit of a pickle.
Oh, definitely. Well, the Orcs are definitely diversifying a little bit, but definitely focus on air. I mean, air is always very strong in these kind of team games, from my experience. So
Exactly.
you're going to see a lot of that.
Other stuff we could see is, of course, a level 6 Mountain King with Avatar, getting him very, very tanky, and then even a Blade Master has a hard time taking him down. And
right.
maybe we should now check what kind of units we see on the board. So I catched Teal Kodo Beast, so solid aura support for the old Horde army. Meanwhile, I see the purple Orc going for some Headhunters. Let's check it for the humans. I do see some Riflemen. Very nice, this unit actually, because it's instantaneous ranged damage. Because sometimes you really see a lot of missiles launching at a unit that is already dead, so that damage is wasted. And with Riflemen, that does not happen so frequently.
No. I don't think these Riflemen are going to be able to take on that Black Dragon though. The top Speedo's giving it a go. Although the Water Elemental might help tank this actually. Level 4 Archmage. It could be enough actually here, just about. As long as those Water Elementals stay alive, and he's got enough mana for it, so actually, the Black Dragon might go down. First biggie.
Nice moving of the Water Elemental to not take any more splash damage of that dragon. Meanwhile, the Mountain King has made his way through the ground army and now getting that Rifleman. And there is the Tome of the Tower I've been talking about. So we do have now mass teleportation on the board. This will be very, very nice.
That was perfect time, and he just nabbed level 5, and then what Tome of Power does, like Marco says, is it knocks you up to the next level. So you don't really want to take it when you're at 5 point. Oh, he's just used Mass Teleport already to help up at the top right there. First go at it.
Yeah, but now you should move that Archmage away. You're stealing some experience.
I don't think he cares now. He's too greedy at this stage. He wants it all. He's got a taste of power, and he can't let go.
But if he wants it for his Mountain King, then he should definitely back it up with his Archmage, because you're damaging yourself, so do you your ally. So I see the first flying machine for Speedo. Meanwhile, for the other players, we do in fact have tier 2 right now for some players, so let's see where this will be going.
I was just wondering if Embermon, the purple guy down here, has been creeping that Bandit Lord for like the last 5 minutes. I saw him on one of them for ages, a while back. It's
So
just
it's a
he
battle of
did
the
the same one.
Titans.
Yeah, he almost lost
Real
it.
man one-on-one.
It's really struggling with a level 6 AI where it just attacks the weakest unit, and his Blade Master was on like 10 health.
Alright,
A player's forces
So-
are under attack.
we're getting close to seeing all the diversity of all org units. I actually think the players have been talking to ourselves who makes which units, so that the human players, because I don't think it's a case of random occurrence that they all have different heroes.
Yeah, I thought that's a nice touch actually. It gives a real flair towards that human versus orc that we're seeing. So
I'm really looking forward to the fight coordinations, if they will be able to combine Banish with Bolt. And I think I did saw at least 2 Mountain Kings, maybe it's even 3 right now. So 3 Storm Bolts, that could give Blade Master a hard time, especially with Banish on him.
absolutely.
Also, you can use Banish in that other micro way where you, like a fragile hero like the Archmage, which is certainly going to be a primary target for the Blade Master to take out, can be banished away so that the Blade Master cannot do any more harm to it. And we now see for the Dark Green human player another engagement of a red tree camp. Let's see what powerful item we will find there on the Granite Golem. And in fact, it's going to be a Ring of Protection +5. That is not too useful.
Player's forces are under attack.
Paladins always seem to find something out of it though. It just goes on the hero that they just don't care about that much.
The hero that likes it the most is the Goblin Alchemist. He really gets tanky with those Ring of Protections.
That's right. He starts off with like bugger all armor, doesn't he? So he needs it to compensate.
Alright, So the next red chieftain being taken. There's only 5 left. You want to make sure that you get those items. They are limited.
Need to kill that dragon before the rifleman's chomped up.
Yep. But it's gonna get taken down in time, so the rifleman will not be being completely food. And there's that clause of attack. Well, actually, the tooltip is somewhat broken for me.
That's Crown of Kings, that one. Paladin it went on.
Oh, Crown of Kings, actually.
Yeah, don't ask me why it's on the Paladin, but...
Well, I was thrown to the desktop by something. Oh yeah, but Crown of the Kings is definitely a nice item.
Blade Master down to that Stormbolt. Boom. Oh god.
We do actually see spell breakers. I think I heard some bloodlust earlier. Yep, there it's coming in, so that is all gonna get stolen alongside to the Spirit Link. But we do have mass wyverns. I mean, we have to counter riflemen and one single flying machine. I'm not sure if that will be able to do the trick, but the Blade Master is now being real focused down. The yellow Blade Master that is, but the human army has to back off since the high damage air push is coming in, all bloodlusted in spirit, so no real way to take that down, and therefore the level 6 Archmage, followed by a level 4 Shadowhunter for the yellow player, and also the level 4 Mountain King. Now the dark green human is being forced to take out, and this is just a rampage. Those bloodlust torrent clearing off all of the riflemen. Humans lost almost their entire army, and the first place already calling GG. I guess not scouting the bloodlust did really do spell some doom. I mean, I saw some spell breakers, but they just got totally outnumbered. And now another spell breaker is gonna get taken down. I mean, they don't even have the economical advantage for them going, because I count 4 expansions for the orc and only 3 for the humans. Something seems to be very oh, actually it is 4 expansions for the human players, but that seems a bit unusual, because normally humans like the players that like, yeah, I'm gonna set up the town on here alongside 5 towers, what you gonna do about it? But as you can see, this Bloodlust army is destroying it just in an instant. Now Pulverize even coming in, those poor peasants.
It looks a little bit rough for the humans, I gotta say.
Yeah.
But
now first get team being engaged, and towers are still being constructed, and with that piercing damage, they just don't last long. And we even have the burning. No, it's not burning walls. The bad rise, but we do see the output create the liquid fire. So these towers won't be able to be repaired, and they have a very, very slow attack speed right now, almost 0. And yeah, that base is getting destroyed in instants.
where's that powerful Archmage when you need it?
Oh, he died.
But
also, like,
how could he die? He was level 6.
Well, he was fired by those wyverns. 20 spears have launched at the same time with him. Well, there's the mountain back on the board for people, but I'm not sure if you will be able to make it away, since with that endurance power, in addition to the blood, those old units are so fast there is no real way you can outrun them, as it looks out now that the big worlds can't be destroyed, and so far we don't see any sort of help of the other players. Like, it looks like they're preparing themselves for a big fight. We do see a level 1 Naga, which I'm not sure how that is going to influence the fight. Level 5 Paladin, level 4 Mountain King for Dark Green. The level 6 Archmage is back on the board. We now do see a lot of Siege King tanks, so that might be the necessary counter to all those wyverns, but I'm actually not sure if they will get up enough inside. Now, Blade Master looking at the human base, very, very dare to do so, since there's a lot of Mountain Kings on the board. The first one almost getting taken down there, as Holy Light was able to heal him up, and now the level 6 Archmage is getting focused back again by the purple Blade Master as it was being hexed. Now Windwalk, but oh my god, Stone was saving the Archmage, so he was able to score off Town Portal. But the Blade Master is now very low battling it out against the Mountain King, and the Mountain King was so victorious with the green damage. So it was back in the mentioned that now the yellow Blade Master is changed. Now he was taking out, and now you see a lot of Big Bang Voodoo jumps. And you know, he managed to stop that. That is a very complicated.
I think Skype is screwing you over, unfortunately. The more passionate you get, the more and more it kind of tries to cut you off or fade your voice a little bit until it sort of becomes this weird sort of ethereal accent. I don't know, it's bizarre. But if you continue, Are you still here?
Yeah, I'm still.
Okay.
To understand what you say, but the game sounds are like overpowered. But we now see a level 6 Blade Master, so we might be seeing some Blade Storm very effective at taking down all those buildings that they're still only left, since all the humans almost died, and I saw a lot of heroes dying, and this looks pretty grim for the human players, I must say. So it looks like this is, at least for this fight, the Horde will be victorious. Is now Batrider making his way out to search for some targets they can attack. I mean, siege damage, which is very nice to counter those tanks, but then again, tanks countered those bots very nicely, and there's actually no air units to suicide into.
There is still the chance for the humans to come back at the bottom left. Your pal Jedi Master making his mark in an Orc base. Do you think he can take them all on?
I mean, the Jedis did fall to the Order 66, so I don't think there's that much hope left. Because we don't see Luke Skywalker on the board.
That Orc army is formidable. The Tauren Spirit Walkers with them.
Dead joining up Orcs as a book of the deck has been used by the Red Shadow Hunter, and I do see the two last heroes standing for Dark Green human play. We have a blue level 6 Paladin and a level 5 Mountain King, but actually there are no forces around, so maybe you can go back and get those knights back from earlier, but they won't be doing much against all those bloodthirsty fighters, and I think this has come to far. We also see Scroll of the Beast being used on the tower and giving it huge damage. They're now taking down all of the towers and farms and workshops and whatever there is to hit and go to town to. Like, this is hard to do the best of going to town and smashing and cracking and wrecking everything they can find. Now, I do actually see Jedi Master making an attempt with a level 6 Blood Mage, but there's no Phoenix, as it was being hexed and focused right away. Actually, the Purple Blade is also seeking for vengeance and getting this level 6. Very, very nicely done. Now the Spellbreak is trying to be backed off, but with that movement speed of Tauren Chieftain level 2 influence hour, that is in fact, there are not much for them. Well, there's not much air to breathe for them. Actually, it looks like one of them made it away, but I'm not sure if they can, turn the fight around.
Yeah, it looks grim. The humans are our last desperate attempts. The Blood Mage is starting to be respawned. It's level 6. Maybe a Phoenix can turn things around and a couple of Gyrocopters. Not sure what you do about the Taurens at that pace, though.
Yeah, I mean, they take a lot of damage of Phoenix, but there's also a lot of Taurens. But I think this is a great game for the Horde, because normally, the other way around, the Horde has the struggle against the humans, but it seems like when there's 4 Orcs, and you give them time to level up and get those insane items, then it's not so lopsided anymore.
Nah, you needed... the humans got caught out. They didn't realize that they needed to teleport out of the situation. It escalated incredibly quickly. That amount of Wyverns needed a bit more coordination on the human team to say, look guys, we need to get back, reassess situation, build tanks, and defend.
But I'm trying to find those great items we've been talking about earlier. So actually I do see a clause of plus 15 damage on the Mountain King. So not for a Blade Master, that's a bit sad. Maybe they can make a trade to give it to the Blade Master. Then we see a Potion of Divinity on the Dark Green Mountain King. I mean, it's not going to be handy this game, but normally that's a great item to have.
Crown of Kings is gone again. I'm sad about that. And now the Archmage too. Those Wyverns.
Let's see who won the race of the highest damage Blade Master. So Purple Blade Master sitting there with Orb of Lightning, Gloves of Haste, and Claws of Attack for 6. So compared to the Red Blade Master, he's ahead since he only has the claws and no Gloves of Haste. Yellow Blade Master actually looking quite strong with the Claws of Attack plus 15, but no Orb of Lightning and a Circlet of Nobility alongside the Potion of Greater Healing and the small Invulnerability Potion. So I would give a slight advantage to him. And I think Teal did not have a Blade Master. He went for Tauren Chieftain and Shadowhunter. Yeah, that's right. Which is actually level 7 Tauren Chieftain. That is pretty insane. Level 3 Endurance Aura, and I saw him use, there's a level 3 Shockwave going to town on the those orange towers. And now blood was being crawled all over. Speedo trying to repair, but there's not much to repair as those Wyverns are tagged 3 times in attack and 2 times in defense. No chance whatsoever. And also this expansion is gonna fall, and slowly but steady human buildings are starting to diminish. And this game will be over soon, as the human players are already asking for a rematch. So now it's all up to our great host WTii. Will we see a rematch?
No. The Orcs are going to win this one, and they're taking it regardless of whether the humans want it or not. They had their chance and they've thrown it away. They got greedy and they missed out on the opportunity of a lifetime. The Paladin level 2 with Crown of Kings. That was the greatest mistake of all from what I've seen this entire game. And that's the reason why.
What did cause so much trouble to that yellow Blade Master? He was a moment ago at 10 HP. What did he engage? He's now running back, trying to find some healing. Meanwhile, Blue Blaze is completely getting annihilated.
Oh, that Mountain King's got the mana. Ganon just needs to throw down the Stormbolt, almost being out.
Oh, full mana, level 6. Where is poor Cosmodon? Nope, just getting taken down. Or Mountain King. No buff.
His focus fire is blittering. It's just crazy. From those Wyverns, it's just... Oh, yeah. And then the Hex is thrown in as well. Added insult.
I actually think in free-for-all, late-game Orc is unstoppable. If you have the Tri-Hero, Blade Master, Shadow Hunter, Torrent Chief, then there's nothing that can stop that.
I don't think there was a tome left around on the map anywhere, do you?
Well, there's still some red creepkins that you could engage in trying to find a tome.
True. There's still quite a few left over to enjoy. A few Blade Masters might want to split off with some Wind Riders and just clear those up, just to make it even more painful for the humans as they try to rebuild their bases.
And we will... it looks like the human players will to head back whatever they have left, which is apparently not a lot, and run to Admiral Proudmoore, cry a bit, and hopefully he comes back and seeks vengeance.
Admiral Proudmoore?
That guy. The part of Jaina that was, right?
That's right. He don't like orcs.
Apparently not. He was bringing some ships in. And,
this Speedo guy doesn't realize I'm hungry.
Well, if you don't mind, I could do a solo cast on that game and you could just go AFK in the kitchen and eat, if the people want their rematch so badly.
Well, you're welcome to do so, but I'm not sure how to show it.
Yeah, right. We need someone to move the cam. That's right.
That's alright.
Well, if you disable your cam and you're just sitting on the laptop and moving it, like eating with one hand and moving the cam with the other.
I think we've had some fun with this. I like this game. I think this has worked out quite nicely, to be honest with you. It may have been a little bit one-sided, but it was funny in a lot of aspects, and I think that's what I try to get out of these games a lot of the time, so I'm quite happy with it. It's just an absolute slaughter, but it's so many funny moments during it. It's just so many mistakes and a few extra things that just made this.
I really like the fighting spirit of humans, even though they have nothing left. No one. Well, now the first one was about to say left the game. But yeah, that's some real fighting spirit. We gotta give props to that.
Orky's going into militia, trying to defend his keep.
Yeah, those poor militia. They are all turning into militia, but they don't have bows to defend against those Wyverns. It's so broken.
Well, unfortunately, a lot of these team games devolve into mass air, which makes it definitely frustrating to play. But you got to get the anti-air because it's always going to pretty much go that way. The humans have the most powerful as well, gyrocopters and tanks to deal with it. They just need a bit more time.
Yeah, it's like always the most frustrating for Night Elves since they have the worst anti-air in the entire game. Like, sure, you can make hippos and they do solid damage against air units, but then, yeah, once all the air is dead, they do nothing. And hippo archers don't do enough, unfortunately, even though it's a cool unit.
Okay, well, it's all up to Ganon now. He's getting a nice little defense here. He's got 2 on the fortified upgrade, 2 upgrades on his guard tower, so it's all up to him now.
And a lot of people came from behind as the gyrocopters, flying machines have been screaming all over the place. Red Blades Master now, his blade is seeking for some blood of the last peasants of Speedo, which I'm not micro away since that player already left the game.
He absolutely crushed that Speedo guy, didn't he?
But Ganon seems to want to do a last defend attempt with all those guard towers and getting some more workshops and now adding in mortar teams. I mean, they do a nice job countering those spirit walkers and shamans since they are unarmored units and really get crushed by siege damage. But I don't see so much hope yet.
This is it now. This is what it's all led to.
So let's look. Oh, actually, did you see around here the Blood Mage hiding?
I saw him engage versus the expansion earlier.
He has some secret plan as he's now hiding with that Cloak of Shadows. People tend to sell it a lot, but I actually like that item quite a bit. You can do some fun stuff with it.
Oh, it definitely is a great item, but a lot of the time you sell stuff just to get an early head start on gold to buy better things that can propel you further.
Yeah, but I mean, like, sometimes that 50 gold, not getting it, might save your hero, and if you don't have to revive it, that investment keeping it was worth it.
Circumstances.
Circumstances, yes, but you have to consider all different scenarios. Well, griffins and flying machines now engaging those wyverns, and there's big bad voodoo. Yep, sad times for the human players again.
It's a little bit
Not that they didn't have
further
any
than it needed.
this game.
Blade Storm.
Wow. Oh, look at that. Like he's spinning and spinning and spinning, slicing and dicing through his way. And just for you, Jedi another mortar team bites the dust.
Well, he's happy. He's got full health. He's not amongst all the slaughter, so he's having a good time. He is.
I think he left the stream because he would definitely be referring to this. Like in preparation to this, I made some other, I casted some other games within the clan, and it seems like I used the expression "bite the dust" quite a lot, and Jedi was raging a bit about it, so that's why I'm mentioning it now again.
It's a little in joke, eh? Well, I think the humans have realised that they might not come out of this the winners. The Horde have definitely obliterated them.
There's no big forest on this map where you could set up some cheeky buildings that are hard to
Well,
find.
Secret Tower Island. There's
I
this
think
going on.
every one of us had spent like 2 hours searching a fucking tree of life somewhere in the woods.
That is one of the most painful things to do, but you can make it slightly easier for yourself if you put Alt and T, and then that turns the minimap black.
Ganon also has conceded. Well, there it is. Now you have to play the cat and mouse game. Find that those last buildings and the last hero.
Trust Orky to do this.
But we actually get to see a beautiful phoenix. You see that unit very rarely in the game.
It is gorgeous.
Like down here. Such a majestic animal.
What are you going to call her?
What? Sorry?
What are you going to call it?
Majestic animal.
No, but if you had to give it a name, what would you call it?
Well...
Sally.
Sally. Nah, Sally doesn't fit a phoenix. I don't think so. Maybe Jody?
Jody could be good.
But I actually quite like the name Dumbledore gave to his phoenix. Fox it was.
What? Hawksader?
Fox.
Fox?
Phoenix of Dumbledore.
Fox?
Yeah, Fox. I was not sure
Fox.
about the English pronunciation. And actually, now we do see some team killing. Looks like the yellow player wants to see some Taurens dead.
Where's this going on then? Missed out on this one whilst I've been watching this majestic
Players'
action.
forces are under attack.
I'll change the colours again.
Wow, actually the red player is towering the yellow base and killing these watchtowers. Meanwhile, we now see the teal wyverns engaging the Blade Master of Yellow, and the Shadow Hunter was actually forced to use a potion of invulnerability.
It almost seems like an accurate representation of what would actually happen
but
with the
Teal
Horde.
decided to change targets on Red, which was currently going on the main base of Yellow. I think Jedi strategy might work. Like if he can hide his hero the whole game till the Horde has killed themselves, since they did not satisfy their bloodlust yet.
Well,
can
they
still make a
represent different
comeback.
clans, and at the end of the day, there can only be one ultimate clan, can't there? Someone has to rule.
Yeah. So maybe we will see Jedi turning this game around. I mean, Flamestrike can take down Billings. Who knows what we will see? There, I still see some peasants going around and setting up more buildings.
Yay. And then you got Fox over here.
They all don't want you to have something to eat. Oh, and now we actually do see a peon going to town against the worker. I wonder who wins that fight.
I'll give it to the peon. They're a little bit tougher. They got really respective damage. I feel like the Acolyte actually does really well in these fights. I think it goes Peon, Acolyte, Peasant, and then Wisp.
Apparently the worker has a faster attack speed, and by now it looks like the Peasant, excuse me, will be winning that fight.
True.
Oh, well, that's cheating, calling over the Blade Master and putting one hit on it. That's not fair. Well, Peasant done. And Blade Master doing some nice scouting with Windwalk.
Oh,
and
lovely.
there's Bladestone. Rip. Poor peasants. I bet they didn't sign up for this when they subscribed their
This is their life now.
Yeah.
Players' forces are under attack.
2 strikes, backstab. Meanwhile, the Phoenix apparently doesn't like brigands and sorcerers, all getting taken out, dropping a nice tome.
What the hell is going on with Kappa? He lost his base at the bottom left and decided to completely and utterly redo it over in the middle.
Well, you need some hobbies, I guess. Now, actually, we do see the level 8 Blade Master battling it out against the level 10 Black Drake. Meanwhile, we do see now a Goblin Alchemist. So someone seems to be looking to take over the idea to giving that hero a Ring of Protection. As you can see, he only has 1 point of armor, which means a 6% damage reduced. But the less armor you have, the more effective additional armor points are, since that's a diminishing return value. For those of you who go into the very deep mechanics of the game.
A player's forces are under attack.
And the Phoenix, the majestic animal, also known as Jody, now trying to take down on the purple Orc base, but having to turn back into an egg. Oh, now the last humans building are getting towered. Will any peasant be able to set up another building before this one is getting taken out? Turning into red, and there it's done. Peasants getting destroyed by shockwave, and there's only a farm left. Will we see another building? Yep, game is not over yet, as a Shadow Hunter is chasing down a peasant. And there's 2 started farms, but I don't think they're gonna make it. One more missile, and the game is over! The Horde has succeeded. Great game.
Horde absolutely destroying the humans there. All came down to that mass air and not being realized early enough. Imagine the workshops. They could have been chugging out more gyrocopters, tanks. Get those mechanical units out onto the battlefield and take down the Horde. Unless that's what happens when you don't deal with the Horde. But at least your friend Jedi Master had some fun with his Blood Mage. So that was nice.
Indeed he had. But maybe we have to rename this channel's name now, since the Horde was so dominant.
Okay.
Just to go on his comment, I think it was not only the missing anti-air, you also needed some way to get rid of the Bloodlust. Even though it's nice to steal it with Spellbreakers, I think priests were required, since there were so many Bloodlusts used, you need AoE dispel for that.
The tricky thing with priests is they get obliterated as well. They get killed real quick.
Yeah.
Spellbreakers were definitely handy though. They could have been, if they were there a little bit earlier or something. Yeah, they're in the right place, the right time kind of deal, wasn't it?
Go Aliens, lick your wounds, come back to fight another day. Maybe we will be joining that fight as the casters, bringing you that. And for now, I want to say thank you to Vidi for having me here. And we don't want to prolong this any longer since you are definitely hungry, and I know what that can do to a man.
Damn straight. I'm hungry. I need to eat. Alright. Thank you everyone very much for watching. I've been joined here by Marco. Thank you very much, Marco, for joining me. He's the creator of Hero Push. And you can go check out the video for that on the channel. Just check out Warcraft 3 Hero Push. Thank you very much there, Shot1, for subscribing as well. And go download Hero Push. Give it a go. Because it's a bit like a... Well, it's almost like a similar deal. Kind of like races going at it. Human, orc, night elf, and undead.
If you
pushing.
do enjoy games like Heroes of the Storm, it's basically like the combination of Warcraft and that, since you have a hero, but you also have units to push your lane. And anyone that wants to learn the game, I'm about to head off to some, and feel free to ask me things about it. I teach anyone who asks.
Yeah. Okay. Well, the channel Human Castle is there for that as well, because that's where I do a lot of the community games. So if you want to ask him questions, go ahead or track him down. WTC left bracket dragon right bracket, isn't it?
Plus. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thanks everyone very much. Take care.
Bye.